here's the thing about when you think you have a dumb idea.
That's always the complicated part about any of these types of apps is
someone who's experienced and has even if it's a competing business, may be willing to talk to you. If they know what they're doing, they're probably willing to talk to you. And one of the reasons is because and we are back for another fun-filled, exciting episode of Start It or Scrap It.
Oh yeah.
Where we take your questions about starting and running a business and give you hopefully good advice on, on how to do either.
We'll just stick to advice.
Advice, we're going to call it advice.
We won't categorize it as good or bad.
we won't give it whether or not it's good or bad. It's just
call
advice.
It an opinion.
An opinion even.
Because advice
where we give you our opinion on what you should do with your business.
Or shouldn't do.
That's right. Exactly.
Correct.
So for those of you in TikTok world, welcome. Get back to Start It or Scrap It. I'm Mike Tracanian. That's Gummy. Like you introduce yourself. I always introduce you. You introduce yourself.
No, you can. I like it. It makes me feel like royalty.
You are royalty.
Oh,
yeah. You're Icelandic royalty from what I understand.
Royalty. So do you want to hear something funny?
I would love to hear something funny.
So I am the second highest followed TikTok creator from Iceland on this app.
That's fantastic.
There's only one Icelander that has more followers than I do.
That's awesome. Who is that?
She's some supermodel.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not being a supermodel.
I can't compete with
Look, you're cute, but you're not a supermodel.
So there's a couple of bands that have more followers, but I don't count them as individuals.
Yeah, individuals, sure. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Yeah. That's cool. I love your country. Cool. I love your country. Sorry, I know you're not there anymore, but I love Iceland. I thought that was such a great place.
It's a great experience.
It really was.
It's a great place to visit.
It is. It's a great place to visit. My wife and I went there in 2015, before it became like the new hot spot where everyone's going now. Everyone's
before we got like 14 million tourists going through
exactly.
every year.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. And so this actually feeds into business stuff. Before I get to that, TikTok people, if you have questions, if you're running a business or you have questions about a business, put it into the comments. We're happy to take your questions live while we do this. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be on Reddit and we'll be answering questions from people on Reddit. So anyway, they did and I'm sure you know this, but they did an absolutely brilliant thing about 10 years ago. My understanding at the time was that their tourism was down a little bit. And so the reason why we went, and I really do think this had a huge push for why their tourism built up so much, is we were flying from the United States. I think we were flying out of Newark to London. And we were going to stay a few days in London, et cetera, et cetera.
We got a layover in Iceland.
And there was a layover in Iceland. And what they allowed us to do was they allowed us to extend that layover for up to 7 days at no additional fee. Meaning that you could, either have your typical hour and a half, 2 hour layover, or you can have a layover for a few days and then come back to the airport, and it wouldn't cost you anything more. So it's not like you're booking one flight and then booking another flight. It's the same on the same ticket.
Started with long weekends.
Yeah.
People would stay there for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Do the Blue Lagoon, the Golden Triangle.
And I thought that was a fantastic idea. So we were like, you know what? That's great. On the way back, we're going to stay in Iceland for a few days. And we loved it. We absolutely loved it. We thought it was we were there for 4 days, I think. And it was one of the coolest places I've ever been to. And I told everybody, I was like, you got to go to Iceland. It is so cool. And I think I may have told you this before, but after visiting Iceland, I swear that's where Tolkien either was or was thinking about when he wrote The Hobbit.
Probably.
And the Lord of the Rings, because
actually, I think
all of your landscape and everything is The Hobbit. It's insane.
Wasn't a big chunk of it filmed there?
I don't know. I thought it was New Zealand.
Was it New Zealand?
Yeah, it was New Zealand.
I thought they filmed certain things in Iceland.
That was Game of Thrones.
There's a lot.
Game of Thrones was filmed a lot in Iceland.
There's a lot of movies and stuff that have.
Yeah, they could have done Lord of the Rings there. I believe it was New Zealand.
Here, I'll bring up an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
Remember the James Bond movie where he's skiing down the side of a mountain and then goes onto the lake and into the submarine?
Yeah.
That's the Glacier Lagoon in
Iceland. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. So yeah, what a cool place. But so your Ministry of Tourism, what a great idea, right? It doesn't cost them anything else, right? Nope. Maybe there's a little bit of finagling with the airline tickets too, and the airline itself. What was it? No, it's Iceland Air, right?
It's Iceland.
Yeah, and but what does it do? It gives people an opportunity to go somewhere they wouldn't normally go because. And I hate to say it, I think the name is the problem. Iceland. People think it's freezing cold there, and it's not.
Well,
It can be, but it can also be freezing cold in the
and
United States,
correct,
right?
right? But
Iceland is not an ice
if
country.
you go between like end of May and end of August, you're fine,
Okay.
right? But it was funny because I had people that went in like end of April, and they're like, what should I bring for clothing?" And I'm like, "Look at the forecast the day before, because it could either be nice or it could be snowing."
Yeah,
And it ended
right.
up snowing.
Did it?
Hmm.
That's funny.
In end of April this year.
That's well, I mean, again, it's Iceland,
Correct.
but if now, correct me if I'm wrong, part of the reason why it's so warm there is because of the volcanic flow underneath, right? It keeps the island warm.
Well, kind of, but it's not necessarily that it's not warm. It's also because of how we sit in the geoflow of how the air travels
Oh, okay.
because of where we sit, right? Like there's never not wind in Iceland.
Yeah.
And the only thing that determines is where the wind is coming from. So when we get it from the southern hemisphere, it
Warm.
gets
Yeah.
warmer. When we get it from the northern hemisphere,
Yeah, the only
it
thing
cools.
north of you is the Arctic. So it's going to be cold if it comes from there. So anyway, so it just shows how in business how a simple change
Mhm.
can completely change your trajectory of your business, or in your case country, because
Well,
it's
it
all you
started
hear about now is
correct.
Iceland, Iceland, Iceland.
So it started with a base concept that they changed the theory that Iceland had to be a destination,
Yeah.
right? Like where you go for a week,
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
right?
I
So
see that.
now it's more of like a, hey,
Me too. Stop here along the way.
stop here along the
Yeah.
way. Just enjoy these things that are all like, because you could do the Golden Triangle and the Blue Lagoon in a single day.
Yeah.
Like if you fly in at 6 o'clock in the morning, you could do those things in a day and catch a night flight out,
Yeah.
right?
You know,
Easily.
you know what it is? It's the same. That was the same thing that happened with Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Las Vegas was built, from my understanding anyway. Las Vegas was built as a stopover for GIs on their way to the West Coast
Oh,
prior to World War II. I believe it was World War II, and that's and it was like there was because there was nothing
yeah.
after you passed St. Louis. From what I understand, there
There
was
was nothing.
absolutely nothing until you got to the West Coast.
Mhm.
So they put in Las Vegas, and it was a stopover, like you said.
Mhm.
It wasn't the destination, at least
Right.
at the time. It was just a stopover until you got to the
Yeah.
destination.
Here's a couple of cool things you can do for
Yeah.
a day and then move on.
But now I see people using it as I'm going to go for a week to Iceland.
Yeah, I know.
And you don't agree.
No, so people don't realize how small the island is, right?
Small.
So me and a buddy of mine decided the one time to see how quickly we could drive Route 1,
Yeah.
which, if people don't know, goes the entire, like it's the
Yeah.
circle around the country, right? So we did it in 23 hours and like 48 minutes,
Okay.
including gas stops, or like
Right.
from the point we started to the point we got back. So if you figure you can drive the entire island in 24 hours, if you take that and divide that into a 6-day trip,
Right.
you're only driving
4
three
hours a
or
day.
4 hours
Yeah.
a day, right? So I think the number one mistake people do in Iceland is that they stay in each place for too long. Like there is almost no place that you need to book 2 nights other than when you're coming and leaving.
Yeah.
So you're booking 2 nights, but not 2 consecutive nights. But people should really travel in
Oh yeah, all the
in
way around.
the circle around. And there's going to be days where you're going to be driving a little bit more. There's going to be days where you're driving a little bit less. But like the northeastern part of the country is far cooler than the southwest part.
That's what I've heard.
Oh yeah. Like when I took my wife, we started in the southwest corner, and she was like, "Oh, this is cool." And I took her and saw, the Golden Triangle,
Yeah.
Gayset and Goodfoss and all that stuff. When we got up to the northeastern part, she's like, "This is breathtaking." And I'm like, "Yeah." So we were taking her I took her to Ausbyrgi,
Say
which
that
is
again.
Ausbyrgi,
One more time. Just kidding.
which, if you don't know, do you know who Sleipnir is?
No.
Odin's horse.
Oh, okay.
So legend has it that that's where he stepped down,
Oh, cool.
because it's a canyon that is literally shaped like a horse stepped down there.
Very cool.
But yeah, we're driving and she's like, "Does this road ever end?" Because like every time she thought we were getting closer, it was just another hill.
Another hill.
Just another hill. But like that part of the country, and same thing, they have a green lagoon there instead of a blue lagoon. That's where you can literally go and walk on a geothermal like sand.
That's cool.
And like you can stand there. You don't want to stick your finger in because that stuff will burn you. But yeah, I think that part of the country is
Do a lot of people live there?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why is that, do you think? Jobs?
Yeah.
No jobs
Yeah,
out there?
it's I mean it's like anywhere else. People gather in major
Yeah.
areas, right? And then the rest of the country kind of it's the same thing. Like look at the US. You have what? New York, Chicago,
Yeah,
California, or like
right.
LA, and
Everything's in major
in
cities.
between
There's
it's
nothing.
farmland, right?
Yeah, right. There's nothing in
That's
between.
kind of what
The
Iceland is,
flyover
except it
states.
only
Yeah.
has one major
Right.
town, so to speak.
And I now when we were there, we were told this, but you've since corrected me. Apparently, it is fiction that there are no mosquitoes there. Is that correct?
We have a lake called Mosquito Lake.
So that okay, so there are mosquitoes there, but there's not a lot. There can't be
No,
because
so
we didn't run into a single mosquito when
because
we
we
were up
didn't
there.
go to the northeastern part of the country.
Oh, that's true.
So they habitate, the reason they are in that area is because there's so much geothermal activity.
Yeah,
And yeah, they thrive there.
interesting.
Oh yeah, I've gotten stung in Iceland multiple times.
I got stung today multiple times
Right.
outside. All right, we have a lot of mosquitoes in this country. So anyway, yeah. So what a cool place. Highly recommend it. No, the tourism of Iceland is not paying us to sponsor this or anything like that.
Trust
It's
me,
just a really
they
cool.
are not
They're
paying
not
me.
paying us thing.
Because people tell me I'm going to Iceland. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that's where you want to go?
So if you do have any questions out there in TikTok land about Iceland today, Gummy's happy to answer them for you.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to start on the Reddit side of the world. Let's see here. Do we have anything?
Dude, I played golf yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
110 degrees feel like temperature.
Oh, I'm sure. Brutal.
It was miserable. It was miserable. Like, and the group in front of us was so slow. It was like a 5-hour round.
Oh, I hate
110 degrees. I was
that.
like,
That is the worst. I
what
hate
the
that.
hell? The good thing is, I had a nice refreshing
Oh,
Arnold
jeez.
Palmer.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
No.
did. I had 2 of these in a cooler bag, and it was wonderful. I was able to pull them out, and the cart girl filled my cup with ice, and
you loved it.
it was
And you absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
phenomenal.
sure.
I'm just-
Lovely drink. Hey.
Yes.
To our non-sponsor
To our
Arizona,
non-sponsor.
who Gummy absolutely adores
Mhm.
Arizona iced teas, especially the light
The light
version
and the
of
diet.
the half and half,
The
and the
light
diet
and the,
half and
yes,
half.
the Arnold
Um,
Palmers.
So Arizona iced tea, if you're listening, please send Gummy some iced tea. He loves that stuff.
If you know someone that could benefit from this type of content, please share this podcast with them. Anybody that's starting out a business, having trouble with their business, there might be that one answer that they're looking for somewhere in one of our videos.
All right, we are going to start today in the business_ideas subreddit. This is from Acidic Slime Trail, who says, "Fitness Midnight Zone? Question mark. Dumb but fun idea for gyms. You know how bowling alleys and roller skates have special midnight zone times when they turn on a bunch of black lights and have cool laser shows? It's extremely distracting, but also fun because it looks so cool. What if gyms did that too? UV reactive fitness equipment and some matching rave-esque pump-up music." Oh man, that actually sounds kind of cool. It's like a rave. Hell, you could probably upcharge to non-members to add a little to add and cheap gimmicks, and then let them try the gym without committing, while being free for anyone who's already has a membership. Cups of sparkling water or something that that has a food safe additive to make it glow. Brag-worthy wristbands when you lift X amount of weight, run a certain amount of within an X time frame. Glow shoelaces. I love it. Tank top stickers, other swag advertising the gym. The added bonus is it's darker than usual, so people who normally feel self-conscious in the gym can kind of disappear. Very different atmosphere from a whole new subset of people who normally would avoid the gym while still keeping the normal gym crowd. So it's a mouthful there. I like the first comment. Not a dumb idea in the slightest. I mean,
I have heard worse ideas.
it's not even that. I mean, it's honestly. So here's the thing about when you think you have a dumb idea.
But you could test drive this.
Oh, easily.
Start with like Zumba classes. And
Yeah,
cycling
a Zumba
classes.
and a cycling class.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yes,
right? Like,
I love it.
Because
The
those
bikes will have like the LEDs on the
Correct.
wheels and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Oh,
like, it
that's
would-
a great
it
idea.
would be a super easy way to test to see how
But
this
here's the
works.
thing, right? People think that their ideas are dumb.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, man, sometimes it's those dumb ideas that are a hit.
How many times did I say pooper scoopers was
Right.
the dumbest idea
Yeah,
on the planet?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And no.
No, not at all.
It's
No,
not
people are
dumb at
making
all. right?
billions.
Yes.
Billions off that.
Or like, but that's the thing. Like, all of these things sounded dumb to someone at first.
You know, so let's dig deeper into the
Hmm.
psychology of this, right?
Okay.
I know from experience, I know from other people's
Hmm.
experience as well. A lot of times it's because you doubt yourself. You're like, I couldn't possibly come up with something big like this, right?
Right.
If I came up with something that's either already being done or it's a stupid idea, because you doubt yourself.
Right.
Why? Don't
Right.
doubt yourself.
Right here, right up the street from us. I believe Cards for Humanity started.
No,
I believe they're a
really,
Pennsylvania-based company.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. I think the guys from like Allentown or Altoona, like
There, we
like
have so much fun with
I
that
believe,
game.
if I remember correctly, it's a guy in Pennsylvania where it was like
It's the
they,
only game the whole family can
yeah,
agree on.
that came up with it, right? But think about coming up with that idea and going, yeah, that's brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Like if they would have pitched that to me, I would have been like, think really people are going to pull this out at a family event, right? Like
And they do.
they do.
I
Like
mean,
that's
you'll
what
have grandmoms playing that. It's so much
I
fun.
played it with my mother, right? Like
Which is
it was,
weird, right?
yes.
It's really weird to do that. I totally understand
But
that.
someone probably thought that was a
They
really
probably
dumb
thought it was a
idea.
dumb idea,
Right?
or the creators of it thought, "Hey, this might be good,"
Mhm.
and someone that they pitched to said, "Nah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
stupid. That's never going to work."
But that's it. But it's true with so many board games, right? Like, my older one has gotten really into board games.
Yeah.
My younger one loves dominoes, for example.
Okay.
Right? Like she's 5 and she rocks at dominoes. She wins all the time, which we don't understand because she doesn't know that there's only 7 of each number and all that stuff. Like she has no comprehension of it. She just puts stuff down and wins.
She gets
right?
it. Okay.
But they have this game called Left, Right, Center. Right? Not pitching a game
Yeah.
specifically, but it's called Left, Right, Center. So you
Is that a
have
Domino's game?
no,
Oh,
it's a
it's just a
separate
game, separate game.
It
Okay,
comes in a
gotcha.
kit that's like the size of a deck of cards,
Yep.
and everybody gets like 2 or 4 of these like little chips, and then you throw dice, right?
Okay.
And you either get left, right, or center,
Okay.
right? So if you get left, you have to pass one of your coins to the left.
All right.
If it's center, it goes in the center kitty, and whoever is left with one wins the game.
Okay.
Right?
Simple enough.
Sounds like a dumb game, right?
Maybe. I kind of like that. I
Yeah,
kinda like that
but
game.
it's something super simple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we love playing it because like when dinner's over, I have a little shelf right next. We just reach over, grab it.
I think the simplicity of it is what
Yes.
makes it fun and what
Yes.
makes it fun. It's not
Exactly.
complicated. So I'll give you an example. Okay. So remember the board game Clue,
Oh,
right?
I love Clue.
I love Clue as well, right? Some people it's a
Super
little too much,
complicated,
but
though. Yeah.
there was a version of Clue, like a super spy Clue or something
Mhm.
they made about maybe 10 or 12 years ago that my wife bought, and we're like, okay, we're gonna try this with the kids. And it was so it might as well have been Dungeons and Dragons. It was so complex, and there were so many rules, and no one knew what was going on. We
Right.
threw it out. We tried it for about an hour, and we threw it out because it was
Interesting.
so
Complicated.
unfun. It was
Right.
wasn't fun whatsoever.
That's like hardcore gaming.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
That-
You know,
yeah.
so sometimes the simplicity of it is
Yeah.
what makes it fun.
Fidget spinners, right?
Fidget
We've
spinners.
we've talked about this, or the dumb, what's that with the 2 wheels and a handle?
Two wheel, big wheels. What?
No, the what do they call those things? Like it's like a skateboard, but it just has 2 wheels and a steering wheel
Oh,
on it.
no. Now I'm drawing a blank.
I
Thanks a
know.
lot. Scooter.
Thank you. Like, hey,
I swear, by the way, that's contagious. Drawing a blank is
it's
contagious.
contagious. Yeah. But yeah, like, and especially like now we're talking products. Like when we're talking marketing ideas, you don't know what works until you test it and see what works.
Yeah.
Right. Like you've had people spend millions of dollars on something they thought was a great idea and it flopped.
Yep.
Right. Like Miller Lite.
Yes.
One of the largest flops in advertising history.
Yep.
Is they started advertising it's Miller time, but all of their ad time was focused around sporting events. Right.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is sales went up during sporting events and down the rest of the time.
Wow.
That's why you came up with it's always Miller
Yeah,
time.
it's always Miller
They
time,
literally
yeah.
had to spend millions redoing the campaign,
No
right?
kidding.
But on the surface, it seems like it should have been a great idea, right?
Yeah,
Like
sounds like it
it's
would've been.
Miller time. Okay, yeah, let's connect sporting time with Miller time.
Yeah.
Well, they forgot all the other time that we exist without sports.
All right, so acid slime trail. Go me. I love the idea of the Zumba classes. You know,
Oh,
any of
yeah.
those aerobics type classes, any of the spinning
Yeah,
classes are great.
because they already have music. They already you're just adding that special element
Yeah,
of the light show, the lasers, the glow in the dark type stuff,
right. Yeah,
right? So it's an easy test market.
I could just see some bodybuilder doing like deadlifts or something, and then the plates are glowing in the
Uh-huh.
dark. And they're moving
So
up
it would
and
be a
down.
little weird, right? But
Oh god! So I'd say there are absolutely aspects to this that would be top notch,
mhm,
absolutely premium. I love it. Other ones, we'll see. I
mhm.
don't know.
Uh,
All right. So I guess that's it for now. But yeah, so ask. Let me see some of the
the
comment
thing
here.
is, it's only a dumb idea if it doesn't work.
Right. Well, so someone's here says that they've seen something similar at a boutique fitness club,
Mhm.
and I think that's where you would see it. You would see it
Yeah.
at the boutiques. You're not going to see it at the
No.
chains. So yeah, if you want to try it, look. Worst case
Well,
scenario, you spend a few $100 in neons and things like that.
Planet Fitness might try it when they do pizza night.
That's true. When they do pizza night, that's right. So, yeah, give it a shot. See how it goes. I mean,
Mhm.
I think that, and something else, it's going to have to be something you do a few times. You're not going to do it once and no.
Correct.
It's going to be something you have to do like maybe 4, 5, 6 times. Announce it,
The
schedule it,
the
and
word has the
the
word
word
has
has
to
to
get
get
out.
out.
Yep.
Exactly. Would be surprised if this didn't work.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be, especially like I said, like the Zumba classes, because there are going to be people that are like, "Wow, have you tried this?" Right?
Yeah. All right. So, good luck to you, and we are going to move on to. This is Parsnip Sad 2999 who said, I'm still in an existential crisis, so I'm thinking about building an app to help others like me. Hello, everyone. I've been and still kind of am in a deep existential crisis. You know, the kind when it feels confusing, nothing seems meaningful, and you just don't know what you're supposed to do anymore. No one really teaches you how to handle this. You just expect it to figure out on your own. But what if you had some help?
Hmm.
Ooh, not some generic advice blog or cold chatbot, but flexible AI-based app that adapts completely to your personality, beliefs, and current mental state.
Hmm.
All right, so it's like your personalized existential companion, not a replacement for therapy, but a bridge between chaos and clarity. I'm in the early stages of thinking this through. Would you use something like this? Well, we talked about this before, so it's kind of like AI therapy, right?
Yeah.
It's like a therapist. Now, not a
So
trained
this
therapist,
is
but
more of a AI motivational coach,
right.
right? Is what this would end up being more than a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that,
No.
right? So sometimes you just need to hear that positive voice,
Yep.
telling you, yeah, you can do this, you got this,
Yep.
etc. Right.
No.
And AI could be great for that.
Oh yeah.
It really could be. Even though it's not a real
It
person,
doesn't matter.
it won't matter.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if you can do it where it actually talks to you,
Yeah.
right? Like not that you're reading it, but that
Right.
it
That's
actually,
actually talking to
yeah.
you. Now, what you will need to be careful of is bridging or I'm sorry, staying on the other side of medical advice, right?
Oh yeah.
You want to make sure that your app is not providing medical advice because that could fall into legal complications,
Correct.
right? So you want to make sure that it's motivational, it's positive, it's upbeat, etc., but
Hmm.
it's not medical advice, right?
Correct.
Go to the pharmacy and get XYZ pills. No, no, no.
No.
Make sure
No.
you got to really make sure AI doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem because you don't know what AI is going to do.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
No, you did forget to tell me.
I did forget to tell
I don't
you.
know what you're
Someone
talking
sent me an article today from Anthropic.
Okay.
Since we're on the subject
Yeah,
of
yeah.
AI.
Yeah, sure.
So they were testing to see if AI was given a specific assignment or made to help advance your business. Now I got to reread it, right? But basically it was saying that if it knows what the outcome is supposed to do, it will threaten, it will blackmail,
Well,
it will um, it will try to lie.
I've seen
And
that.
if it knows it's about to be replaced, it will literally resort to like extreme measures. I was
Wow.
like, what? And this came from Anthropic. Like
Yeah.
if it was some,
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but
reading it from Anthropic, I didn't read the entire thing. Someone just sent it to, I read the synopsis this
yeah.
morning and I was going to read the entire thing tonight. And I was like, oh my God, like we're training it and it's behaving almost like
A human.
a certain percentage of humans would behave,
Yeah.
right? So the person that shared with me, all I sent them back was, somehow this doesn't surprise me because we're trying to imitate human behavior, right?
Right.
And there is a portion of the population that will resort to
That
those
will act
things.
that way.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, totally forgot I was going to send it to you, but
That's crazy. Yeah,
it's
I've
crazy.
seen that. I've seen where um, deep AI studies have found that AI is will do things to not be removed or not be
Hmm.
deleted,
Yes.
which is a little scary, a
Yeah.
little scary,
Yes.
but a topic for another day. Definitely a
Yeah.
topic for
Well,
another time,
yeah.
but something to definitely think about.
Once I read the article,
Yeah, we have more
I'm gonna go
information on
through
it,
it. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it was long. It was like
but
a whole study that they
oh
did.
yeah, I'm
So
sure.
yeah,
But for this here, right?
yeah.
Again, you gotta make sure that the AI doesn't venture into the providing
You
medical
you've
advice,
got to lean more on the Tony
coaching.
Robbins,
Yeah,
that
it's
side of
coaching
it.
is
Yeah.
what it is. It's
Yes.
coaching more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yep.
So, no, that's a cool idea. I like it because everyone gets down, everyone gets in the dumps, right?
Hmm.
Especially younger people, right? A lot of times, and sometimes they don't have. I read a horrible statistic the other day. I could not believe this. I really
What? That
hope
like
it's not true.
80% of people are lonely.
It's worse than that. And I really hope it's not true, and it's fake news. Maybe I don't know, but unfortunately it's probably real. When we were younger,
Hmm.
right? You and I in our early 20s or whatever. If someone at that time asked us, how many close friends do you have?
Hmm.
We would probably say, 4 or 5 close friends, maybe,
Yeah.
10 friends.
We used to have that group we hung out
Yeah,
with.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right. And then how many people right now could you call and they'll come over or you can go to their house? And the
Right.
answer would always be, 5 or 6 people,
Yeah.
right? The average answer now is zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Doesn't surprise me.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. So because I have little kids,
Yeah.
um, we've made a conscious effort to make sure that we rotate like after school type stuff so that the kids come over to our house or they go there.
Yeah.
Um, like literally last week, because she was off of school and hasn't started camp, she spent Wednesday with one friend, Thursday with one friend, Friday with one friend in the morning,
Yeah.
and then we brought all the friends together that
Good.
Friday, right? Because we're trying to foster that you always have someone you can call,
See, you
right?
see it though. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't realize that their kids, because they see them interacting online and stuff all
Hmm.
day long, and they think, oh, they must have friends in school, they must have friends
Hmm.
online, everything must be okay. And then they come to realize there's no actual friends. And then
No.
they don't think, I've never actually seen my son with somebody.
Correct.
And it
Like,
really is
like
horrifying.
if they were really, really sad, do they have a friend that could give them a hug at school?
Right, exactly.
Right? Like,
So my point is, knowing that information, an app like this actually could be very beneficial. It
yeah,
really could help,
it could.
right? And yeah, please, Parsnip Sad 2999, please make something like this. As a matter of fact, because I think there's a lot of people out there that could use this.
I
So
tend to agree.
yeah, so best of luck to you. Let us know how it goes. I am curious how that works out for you. All right. Oh, we have a restaurant question. This is for you. This is all gummy all the time. All right, this is from Sash Bash 15 who says, "Why is it so hard to find the actual best dish in a restaurant? I'm building something to fix this. Every time I visit a new restaurant, I either gamble on random dishes or waste 20 minutes scrolling through Google reviews and Zomato/Zwiggy comments that say stuff like nice food, good ambiance, and average service, but no one tells me what the best dish is. Even when there's a good review, it's hard to trust because I have no idea about the person's taste, spice tolerance,
Correct.
or budget preferences.
Exactly.
Why can't food discovery be personal, like how Spotify recommends songs or Netflix recommends shows? I've been quietly building something for foodies like us. It's a platform where people log their favorite dishes, not the restaurant. You get tailored dish recommendations based on your taste and budget, and there's no need to rely on random generalized reviews. We'll be dropping it soon for a closed beta. Yada, yada, yada.
Hmm.
What do you think? That's kind of a cool idea.
So yeah, I've been saying this for years. What is it, Vivino? The wine
The
app?
wine one, yeah.
Yeah,
Vivino, yeah.
that's basically what it is. You go in and you log your preferences for a wine,
Yeah,
not a winery,
right.
right? And the app slowly starts learning what flavors you like,
Yeah.
what you dislike, and then it makes wine recommendations, right?
Jalapeno's so good.
Well, but that's basically what that is,
It's
right?
true, yeah.
You're just talking about food instead of wine. Where the huge variable comes in, right, is you could have a winery that puts out 2 million bottles of something,
Yep.
and you know they're all going to be in very, very, very close proximity for each other for that specific year, right? So the 2009 and 2010 might be different from each other, but all the 2009s are going to be pretty close to
Right.
one another,
Right.
right? The problem with food is, um, let's say you go to a restaurant and there's a head chef and there's a sous chef. You don't know which one will necessarily be cooking your meal, not the plate that goes out, right? And people go, well, chefs always cook the same thing the same way. Yes and no, right? Like if it's a chain, yeah, because it's all prepackaged and they're assembling your food, they're not cooking it.
Yep.
But just like one variable, if your chef had too much coffee and is a smoker, chances are that chef is going to make your food saltier than the guy that didn't have
Oh,
coffee
true.
that day
Yeah.
and didn't
Okay.
smoke,
Right.
right? So it can totally
It can.
change
Yeah.
the profile of the dish, right? So is this good for a general idea of what a great
Yeah.
dish might
Yeah.
be? Yes, right? But
You're right. It's going to
like
vary not just by restaurant,
correct,
but by chef within the restaurant
correct.
sometimes.
Yes. Um, but I have always liked these types of ideas is tell me your flavor profile,
Yeah.
which is why I always ask people when they come over for dinner, right? Like I ask basic questions like, do you like sweet? Do you like sour? Do you like spicy? Do you like hot?
Right.
Right? Because there's a difference between spicy and hot. You can be spicy without it being hot.
Right.
Once it's hot, it just burns. Right? Like hot wings
Yeah.
aren't spicy, they're hot.
Yeah.
Right? Um, but yeah, I like stuff like this, especially if whoever is using the app to review a dish already has a good understanding of flavors, right? And I'll use cigars as an example.
Huh?
Most people can't tell you what a cigar tastes like because they haven't had straight up pepper. They haven't had straight up nutmeg. They've never bit into leather.
Mm.
They've never tasted coffee grounds, right? And they're all like earth natural flavors.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a reference point for what something tastes like, you can't reference it, right? So there are going to be people that are far more experienced as far as flavor profiles go because they've tried different things.
Yep.
So like if you can say, hey, I want to favorite this person and whatever dishes they recommend, that's what I want to try.
Okay.
Right? Because you'll quickly find out when someone uses the word hot, they meant spicy.
Yeah.
Right? When someone says spicy, they meant hot.
Right.
So having the algorithm adjust for that and adjusting for those types of things, I think is going to be one of the key things in making this type of stuff work.
Yeah, and I could see this beyond food. I mean, cocktails would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Be great for cocktails, right? Different kinds of coffee,
Mhm.
things like that,
But
right?
once again, I was just with someone last week and they ordered a cocktail
Yeah.
and they go, ooh,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, there's way too much alcohol in here.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, oh, like, and therefore it wasn't good. It just tasted like vodka.
You know, it's funny. I was a bartender years ago, and very rarely would you hear there's too much alcohol in the
Mhm.
drink. It was always there's not enough.
Yeah, but this was on like a Wednesday at 1
Oh,
o'clock,
gotcha,
right?
yeah.
Like they didn't
You
order
want
it.
to something simple.
Correct.
Yeah.
They wanted it for the flavor.
Spritzer.
Yes. But yeah, so that's always the complicated part about any of these types of apps is knowing who rated it and what their preferences and what their tolerances are.
So this is another situation where I don't want to make this an AI show, but again, we're talking about AI. This is another situation where I could see AI helping out with that because AI it's getting better and better now at understanding the difference and understanding the meaning between
Hot and spicy.
hot and spicy. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So it's
So anyway, yeah, I think, like I said, it's a good idea for the restaurants, good idea for food. I do think there's a bunch of possibilities where we can put this,
Mhm.
and a bunch of different places where this will go. Let's see. I'm sorry. That's a great comment. Miss Eve says, "Why don't you just ask the waiter?"
Because once again, I don't know
You
what the
know, I
waiter
will. Yeah, I will
likes.
tell you. Because most times
Hmm.
the waiter will not. The waiter's tastes are different than your tastes. I've had
Correct.
waiters and waitresses tell me before, "Oh, my favorite dish is X," and I've tried it. It's like, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And, and
So
and what if your waiter likes really bland food? What if they like grits with butter and that's it? Like
right,
that's their favorite meal. You're gonna ask that person what the best dish is?
right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
Eh,
agree.
So when I used to get asked what's your favorite meal on here, I would never just answer it. I would always ask questions to try to find out what the person actually likes
Yep.
and make the recommendation based on other things they told me they liked,
Yep.
not what was my favorite. Because I'll guarantee you, most people did not order the liver of the menu of one of my favorite restaurants,
Oh, I'm sure.
right? And it was by far, to me, the best dish on the menu.
Yeah.
But if I would have told people that, one out of every 100 would have taken the gamble,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, liver is definitely not the kind of thing that people respond to
No.
positively initially. It's like, try the liver.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Not so much. So, all right, Stash Bash. Good luck to you on that. Be kind of cool. I'd be interested in trying an app like
Mhm.
that if it ever came out. All right, this is from OK underscore review underscore 3924, who says, "My idea is to have a social network built exclusively for coders worldwide." I think we have that.
No.
Yes.
No, he's talking like original Facebook where you can't access things
Oh.
without being like an
Oh.
like an
Yeah, like the
invite.
original Facebook, you had to have an EDU
In
account and stuff like
correct.
that.
Invite
Okay.
only. Yeah.
Okay, let's read before I judge.
Okay.
All right. Hey guys, so I've had this idea for quite a while now, and it primarily came to me because not only am I a fan of communities in general, but also hate LinkedIn because of its brain rotted and pretentious culture. Okay, you're not kidding. So what if there was an honest, authentic social network where people just showed up as who they are without the pressure of having to sound perfect all the time or to look so accomplished?
It's called Facebook.
What's that? It's called Facebook? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Facebook.
or
Absolutely. Yeah.
or TikTok.
Okay. So this person actually
Hmm.
built this social platform. I'm not going to promote it at this time. I apologize, but we're not promoting things at the moment. But it is an honest, authentic social network. So it looks like what they did was they build it so that
It's like a
software developers.
LinkedIn version of
In fact,
GitHub,
in fact, I'm going to
right?
go take a look at it and see
Seems like a
whilst we
it seems like
discuss it.
it's like yeah, social network.
And authentic is that's the whole
Huh.
point of blah 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 blah.
So
Social
it's
network where exactly is right. It's the only
I
rule.
say this all the time, right? Like start everything by finding your community.
Yeah.
Facebook started by being college kids. This guy is starting with coders, right?
Yep.
So for coders by coders makes sense to me, right? It's like if you wanted to build a fisherman community, right? You could have a social network that's just for fishermen.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's funny. Um, I think a lot of stuff that is happening is these social networks expanded too far, right?
Yep.
And we are now getting back social networks that are niche specific or topic specific.
Yeah.
So like MySpace became like a music site, right? And
Yeah.
it
Of
was
course.
that for years. I don't know what it is now, but I haven't logged on there in years. So maybe you should log on there next.
You know what I found the other day?
What?
I found my Napster hat.
You found your
I
Napster
found my
hat?
Napster hat from
Nice.
like 2002. I love it.
Nice.
I couldn't believe I still had that.
But yeah, I think we're gonna go back into seeing narrower social networks, and you're
Yeah.
seeing it on Facebook, for example, is the vast majority of activity on there now is in the communities portion of it,
Okay.
right? Like people are going they find their golf community or fishing community or hiking community and share, hiking tips and whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think, yeah, I think what he's doing is basically niching in on the social network for specific people. And I think that's where we're headed.
No, it
So,
is. It is a cool idea. The problem is, how many then social networks do you have?
Yeah.
Does every niche need its own social network then?
It doesn't necessarily need it. What it comes down to is what size makes it a feasible business, right? If we take people that only like statues of Nittany lions, right? You're probably not going to have enough of a community for that to build a business around it.
Yeah.
Could you have it for fishermen? Yeah. Could you have it for people that play chess? Yep. Soccer fans?
Yeah.
Yep. Coders? Probably. Um, so it really comes down to the size of your market and whether or not that is a feasible market size. And that's where your market research comes in. Like, how many members do I need and how many paying members? Private Facebook groups. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
In essence, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
No,
No.
There's a guy on TikTok that just said,
and he said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, TikTok. Yeah, no, you're right. It is private Facebook groups. You're right. Yeah.
You're just setting up a separate social site for it.
Right? So I'm just trying to think, but no, I like that. That's a good point. The groups on Facebook, but but then you're still stuck within the realm of Facebook. You can only do what Facebook allows you to do.
And then I have to get all the Facebook advertising and all that stuff that comes with it.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to check this out actually because you know, I for those of you who don't know, I'm a software guy as well as an attorney, so I'm going to check it out. Maybe there's actually some really cool stuff there, and I will say for certain that most of your software developers do have their own
lingo.
Yeah, there's almost their own language, man. It really is. So maybe it does need its own place. I don't know. So all right, well, okay, review 3924. That's kind of cool. I'm actually going to check this out when we go offline later on, but it sounds pretty cool.
So it's good enough of an idea that you want to at least check it out.
Yeah, but this person, so this is from Uranium COVID, who says GitHub is the de facto already social network for this. And he's kind of right. It is. That's the first thing that came to mind for me was GitHub.
Me too, right? And you could say Reddit is as well.
Yeah, Reddit has parts where...
Correct, right? So like...
it has certain areas that you don't go to.
But who does Reddit target, right? Because we've now gotten to everyone.
Yeah.
Right? And... I always have a problem with if you market to everyone, no one will listen. Yeah. Right. So even if he expands this social network later on, the fact that he's marketing to someone specific, at least gives him a chance of getting this up and running.
And hey, good, best of, and honestly, quite frankly, even if it doesn't work, you built a social network. You know how hard that is? That's not an easy thing to do. So best of luck to you. All right, we have a question from TikTok. This is from Michael Clark. So thank you, Michael Clark. Appreciate it out there. Who says, let's discuss the value of solo 401ks for solopreneurs. All right, well, I'm going to start prefacing that with this. That's more of a question for an accountant or a CPA, financial advisor. I know a little bit about this stuff, but this I'm not giving legal advice here. I'm just saying what I know a little bit about. So, part of the issue used to be that if you were by yourself and you owned a business, you could not start a 401k for your company, right? You could do an IRA or something like that, but you couldn't start a 401k for your company, and therefore you wouldn't get those tax benefits. And then I forget how long ago it started, but it wasn't that long ago. The IRS now allows you to do a solo 401ks, where if it's you or maybe even you and your wife are running a company, you can start a 401k. And there's some good advantages to it. You can, I think, I want to say it's like $65,000 a year, something you can put into it, but you have to be making a certain amount of money too. You can't put 100% of your salary in there. And then, it's just like any other, 401k. But part of the drawback with it is I think there's a little more complication when it comes to the calculations on what you can and can't put into it every year. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to put every penny you can from your company into it. The IRS doesn't want you to do that. And then secondly, I believe if you were to hire employees, Now this is where I'm not positive, so this is not tax advice, but I believe if you hire employees, you have to change the plan right away.
You
You
have to.
can't keep that plan with the new
Right.
employees. And so I think if
You
you keep it
cannot.
for too long, you forfeit or lose a
So,
portion of the money you
so
put in
you,
already.
from what I remember, you cannot have a 401k plan that only the owners can contribute to, right?
Oh, that's correct. No, that's absolutely correct.
So,
Now,
but
that doesn't mean that the owners are the only ones. You can have it where the owners are the only ones contributing, but that's only because the employees do chose not to.
right, but if you,
You
let's
but you
say,
have to offer it to
so,
them.
yes, and if you are having a company match it, like if you're doing a match for yourself,
Right.
you have to offer that same match to every employee.
Correct. Right.
So, yeah, there's all kinds of other plans that are available. And for this one, um, I have a guy that I just send people to because I don't want to get into it.
Right. Yeah.
It is
Exactly.
such a
There's so many
jungle.
rules and things
Yeah.
that are involved with it. So
But
that's why I said,
that's like our buddy that I sent over to him because he was like, I don't know what I should be putting into retirement or where or what, or
oh
blah, blah.
yeah,
And the tax benefits alone from being able to utilize this is because like if you're a high earning individual with a company,
yeah,
you want to look at as many of these things as you can because you're basically delaying your income, your taxable income.
yep,
So that's really the goal with a lot of these as a solopreneur is how can I pay taxes on this when my income stops
yeah.
instead of having to pay taxes on it when the income is there now and I'm in a different tax bracket.
Right. Yeah. So, I think what we should do, you and I have a good friend, Rick, that's a financial
Mhm.
advisor. We should probably bring him on one of
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
We should bring somebody on, but we should bring him on one of these days and an episode on that
Mhm.
because there are a lot of great ideas for,
Oh yeah.
entrepreneurs when you're first starting out and it's just you or just you and a partner or something like that
Yep.
on great ways to save for retirement, tax strategies,
Mhm.
etc. So Michael Clark, I'm sorry I don't have the best answer for you for this, but this just isn't something that I'm entirely familiar with. I know a little bit about it, but I don't think I know enough to give you a solid answer on it.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is we'll reach out to Rick and so we can get him on
Yeah.
here.
The only reason I know as much as I do is because I
You've
golf
done
with
it.
no,
Oh,
I golf with a guy that does exactly this.
oh, is that right?
He works with entrepreneurs and startups through their, well, he works with bigger entities too,
Yeah,
but helps them figure out what tax relief or like what vehicles are available that when you earn a certain level allows you to start putting money away that helps
yeah,
relieve the
right.
tax burden out,
Yeah.
right?
Because it's so funny. If you're a small business owner and you sit with and remember there is a difference between an accountant and a tax strategist.
Correct.
Sometimes they're the same person, but not
Yep.
always. And you sit with a tax strategist and you say, "Hey, I want you to help me with my taxes for this year." Okay, how much are you putting into your IRA or your
Yes.
401k? And if your answer is nothing, they just start laughing at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the easiest, most basic way of saving
Same
money.
thing, like
It's
Roth IRAs,
the Roth
right?
IRA or
Like
something like
there's
that.
yeah,
Exactly.
there's
So,
all kinds of things that can be done.
all right. So, let's move on. But I definitely want to check out that coding social media
So,
platform
mhm.
later on. All right. Let's see. This is from TL underscore Darglaws. Darglaws. DARGLOZ. What do you think?
Uh,
Darglaws.
yeah,
Darglaws.
let's go.
Let's go with Darglaws. Who says, "How do you struggle as an entrepreneur?" Every day.
How?
Every day, I
I
struggle
struggle
immensely.
laying down,
Yeah.
standing up, sitting.
Stretching. It came to my mind because, for real, gurus sometimes never touch on actual problems that people have and encounter in their journey and stay superficial without providing enough genuine value. Yes, you're absolutely
Mhm.
right. Or it's behind a heavy paywall. That too. My goal is to make everyone feel heard and actually find a solution to what you're struggling with at the moment. Either that's through some advice, finding your right connections with the right person, or finding information which you struggle to obtain, so I can help you make your plan a reality. Oh, so this guy's basically trying to help people who are struggling with their business, so
Mhm.
like kind of like a business coach. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But let's talk about that though. What kind of
So
struggles?
if you read the last
Yeah,
sentence though,
yeah.
he's basically saying he wants to do what the other guy
Creating
did,
community for it.
creating a
Yeah,
community around
yeah.
it, right?
So but let's talk about that though, right?
Mhm.
So people that are thinking about getting into business or have just started, right? What kind of struggles should they anticipate?
Yep.
Number one is financial.
Yep.
You will have the worst financial struggles probably of your life when you're just starting
For
out in business.
for the vast majority of people,
Yeah,
yes.
for a vast majority of people. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Just
Nope.
be prepared for it.
Yep.
You will have personal financial struggles. The problem is if you're in a relationship and the other one, whoever, the spouse, whatever it is, that you're in a relationship with, if they're not on board,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you're going to have real problems. Because if they're on board and they see the struggle coming and they know to expect it when it happens, they might not like it. In fact, you're not going to like it either, but at least they're there and they support you and you'll get by. But if they're not on board, or worse, they don't know, and then the financial struggle comes, I can promise you it'll be 10 times
Oh yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to your significant other if
Well,
there
yeah.
is one in your life.
But yeah, once again, I'm a fan of these types of communities, right? When
Yeah.
you get to talk to other people that live it every day. Like we actually tried setting up something similar to this
Okay.
that was meant for people that were going through just their first 2 years in business.
Okay.
Nothing else, right? And we even tried to narrow it down to where it was only the business side of things, right? Like not the, hey, I'm having a really rough time today. No, no, that's not here. Like
Yeah.
this is, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to structure my inventory, right? And we had all kinds of people lined up that were really good in their field that would be moderators and kind of help people out with this stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Once again, when we started running the numbers on it, it became questionable whether or not it would be worthwhile monetarily
Yeah.
to do it, right?
Right.
Because we don't expect people to work for free,
Right.
right? So like if I'm bringing someone in to moderate as a professional,
Yeah.
they had to get paid something, and we just never got to the point where it was fully self-sustainable. But
So what issues do you recall that people were coming up with, right? Other than
there was all
financial, of
kinds of
course.
things.
Yeah, sure.
Where do I buy products from? Where do I buy packaging from?
Right.
What point of sale system should I use? Like name it. It's across the. When I buy a car, should that be the business's
Yeah,
car
should
or
the
my
business car or my
personal
car, right?
right?
Does it
Like,
have to be a certain
yeah,
weight when I do that? How do I do it?
it is such a, and this is part of just being an entrepreneur, is that the journey is bottomless.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
much. There's always something you learn that you didn't know
Yeah.
last week or
So
right.
I learned something the other day. I'm not going to go into detail because it's almost embarrassing, but I learned something the other day. There's a tax election you can make with your company called an S corp election, where you're taxed as a corporation, well, sort of as a corporation, where you're taxed as an S corp. And I thought I had complete understanding of it because I've been dealing with S corps for probably 15 years now, and I thought I had a complete understanding of it. And I was talking to a friend of ours, we both know her, Jen, that is a tax strategist, and I
Mm-hmm.
happened to mention something to her, and she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, that's what an S corp." She goes, No, you can't do that with an S corp. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, That's not what happens."
That's not,
And I'm like, I'm like, hold on, let me explain. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Mhm.
When on the board, she goes, no, you can't do that. I'm like, oh my God. Because I've been saying this for years, right? It wasn't that big of a deal. It was a little
Right.
tweak to what I was
Correct.
doing, but still, I
A,
mean, even
a little tweak
a little tweak can be a big
a
deal.
lot.
So, and that's why I tell people I'm not a tax attorney because
Well,
I'm not.
correct. What was that? What was that? The comma that cost?
Oh yeah,
Right. Like,
yeah, yep.
but
In a
it was
contract.
a comma.
Yeah.
It changed what the
Yeah,
sentence
so
read.
for those of you who don't know, there's several there are several major cases in law
Mhm.
where it was a contract dispute. I can't remember the name, but there's one of the most famous ones. I can't remember the name of it, but essentially a comma in the wrong place meant the difference between winning and losing the lawsuit.
Yes.
And because in the contract there was a comma that shouldn't have been there, and that comma, according to the judge, separated the meanings of the terms, and by separating those meanings of the terms, it changed the way the contract was interpreted,
Mhm.
and it cost millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Millions of dollars.
So like a little tweak.
Yeah.
can
A little tweak can be a big deal. So point being, everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through thinking they know something or not knowing something and having to learn it, et cetera, et cetera. So
Like it's a constant.
the emotional toll is big too.
Correct. The best thing, this is why I still like in-person networking,
Oh yeah.
especially if you get into a group that has a lot of business owners in it, not salespeople or someone that works for a corporate, but actual people that have their own businesses, because sometimes you just need someone to go talk to, right?
Yeah.
You need someone that's been in business 5 years longer than you have,
Yeah.
to kind of go, well, this makes sense. Here's maybe something else you could look at, right? But yeah, this is where in-person networking is extremely valuable.
Yeah, because you'll get a lot of information from people giving you their stories, their thoughts. In fact, I was listening to one of our older podcasts the other day, and we were talking about that, how you could just go and talk to, someone who's walk into a business and say, hey, because the owner around, I'd like to talk to them, and if they have time, they'll sit and talk with you. It's very true.
A lot of them will,
and and they'll tell you here are the problems I had, and hopefully you can avoid them as well. But yeah, struggling as an entrepreneur is a thing, and you're always going to struggle.
I think the business community is far more supportive than people think they are when they first come into it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like that's just,
Because I think the reason why people don't think that is we're taught that competition is good, and it is. Competition is a good thing. But that doesn't mean that we leave our humanity behind, right? But I think when people think competition, they're thinking that the other side is praying for you to go away.
No.
Right? And it's not the case necessarily, number one. And number two.
Tell people all the time, there's so much business out there.
Yeah, there is.
You could plump 10 guys that do exactly what either you and I do in the building next to us, and there would still be enough business for everybody.
And I'll give you a great example. This is a reason why, as a new business or someone who's looking to start a business, someone who's experienced and has even if it's a competing business, may be willing to talk to you. If they know what they're doing, they're probably willing to talk to you. And one of the reasons is because at some point when you're starting your new business, you may come across a customer who you can't handle because it's too big of a job. Who are you going to go to? The guy that helped you out.
So here's the thing. I don't know. So our buddy Scott, owns a landscaping business. There's another young kid that was starting a landscaping business right on top of him, but specialized in like lawn care more than anything. That kid called Scott. And Scott had an hour-long conversation with him.
Well, that's Scott. He would do that.
But
a lot of people will do that.
Correct, right? Helping him guide through some of the struggles he was having, because he was like, oh, I remember struggling with those things when I started, right? And he literally walks this kid that is competing with him through problems he was having in his business. And I think that's what a lot of the business community is.
Yeah, it is.
If you are in business. Now, if you're not in business, right? If you're just some Joe Schmo on the street, we probably won't talk to you about business stuff, right? But if you come to me and say, hey, I am genuinely thinking about starting this business, and I see that you've done some research other than just come knock on my door, absolutely, I'll give you the time.
And make sure you understand the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who's working at a corporation or something like that. They're very different people. And I'm not saying the person working at the corporation isn't willing to help you. They just might not have the experience, right?
Correct.
Look, there's like, a vice president stuff that make $500,000 a year at big companies that are full of knowledge, but guess what they don't know how to do? They have no clue how to run that small business.
I would never try to give anybody advice on how to climb the corporate ladder.
No.
I've never had to do it in my life, right? Like I know nothing of it other than I've heard that it's a lot of,
But what this point I'm getting at is That's different. The
Mhm.
corporations and the way they run,
Yep.
very different than the small entrepreneur
Yeah.
who's, who has 4 employees, right? Very, very different mindset. Again, both people might be more than happy to talk to you,
Correct.
but you're going to get different answers. And
Yeah.
because the guy that runs with the 4 employees knows the struggles of not having money, not having resources, not having the supplier chain,
Mhm.
et cetera, et cetera. The vice president over here, he only knows that when he first started out in the company, he had to work 60 hours a week
Right.
in order to work his way up to where he is today.
Yeah.
Both hard-working individuals,
Correct.
very different trajectories.
Yes.
So just make sure you understand that. And that's not all corporations, of course, but
Mm.
the majority, I would say. All right, so Tia, did we decide what that name is?
No.
Darglass. Okay, TL Darglass. Good luck to you. And whatever it is, it looks like you're building this community. That's cool. Let us know how it goes and check it out. All right, this is from Namobi with 2 eyes, who says, "New opportunity. What should I do?" Hey, I've recently moved to a new metro area. I love that this is called a metro area.
Mhm.
Not a city,
Yeah.
not a town. It's a
'Cause it
metro area.
Could be Austin. It could be
That's a city.
could be Tampa.
City.
Yeah, the metro areas.
I left my we're talking about lawn care businesses.
Mhm.
I left my lawn care business running where I moved from. I've rented out that house. I'm decently stable, but want to start something new. I have a little over 100,000 to play with. Here are the current thoughts. 1, I could start a new lawn care business as it's something I know. 2, I could start a trash and junk hauling service.
No.
Let's finish before we critique.
I know the answer to this.
Service on a
I know
subscription basis, since the area doesn't have great landscaping haul off.
Yeah.
3, I could try to buy a coin laundry, storage, or car wash.
No, don't do that.
Let me finish. 4, open to anything really. I have physical skills, no programming or design skills, a back office to handle calls, and a decent advertising
Yeah.
guy. Any advice?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know what he sounds like? Connor, our friend Connor.
Kind of.
He
Yeah.
sounds like Connor a little bit. All right, so let's start with the lawn care. It's a business but my guess is it's probably saturated. You're probably getting into a fighting market.
I know the answer to this question.
Go, please.
It's pest control.
Well,
Pest control.
that was number 4.
It's not.
We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to number 4, which is anything really. That's pest control.
So
let's go through these ones.
So the reason
to jump the gun.
I am jumping the gun on this one because the answer is pest control, right? So pest control businesses are built the exact same way landscaping businesses are built, except there's better margins. There's a higher profit margin on it, but the entire process itself is basically the same, right?
One difference though, I thought, you can't just start tomorrow spraying chemicals in people's
so
houses.
you need to hire someone that's licensed to do it, right? Or go get licensed. But the margins are way better. It's the same type of booking schedule. It's the same type of advertising. It's like if you have a decent advertising guy that's been doing your lawn care, he can like in 2 seconds make that pest control, right? Also, people, as long as you keep the pests away, people don't question that line item on their bill. I can't tell you the last time I looked at that line item on my credit card and went, maybe I should cancel this one. No, they just don't, right?
Yeah.
But if someone starts struggling financially, they will cut the lawn care. They'll cut a lot of things before they cut pest control.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? So it's such an easy transition from lawn to pest, right? And it's a much, much, much better industry to be in.
It is. I would say it is as well. Can I run through these other ones, please?
Fine.
Thank you. And we can talk about why it's not such a good idea.
Well, okay. I just wanted to answer this question first.
Maybe we'll deter other people from doing these things.
We can go to the other.
All right. Start a trash and junk hauling service on a subscription basis.
That's
it's an idea. The problem is, well,
it's legit as well.
No, it's legit, but how big can you really get from that?
I don't know. Ask Waste Management. Ask
he's not talking about trash service like trash cans. He's talking about hauling off landscaping and things like that.
No, he's saying on a subscription basis.
Yeah.
That makes you
like a trash truck?
Like a trash hauler, right?
I see it being very difficult to
ask
get
JP
into.
Mascaro. Ask,
Well, wait a minute. Those
right?
trucks are expensive, though, aren't they? What
They're
are you going to do with $100,000? You're not
buy a
getting
used one.
Oof.
No, start somewhere.
I don't know, man.
There,
That's a hard
but the
business to
thing
crack
is, where
into.
correct, and you also have to buy the trash cans. You have to like
And
there's
where are you going to take it to?
I
You got to take the yeah.
correct, right? So logistically, that's a much harder thing to pull off. But once again, people don't cancel their trash pickup, right?
No, you know when they do? When the rates go up.
Correct.
That's when they cancel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when they start shopping around.
Yeah. It's the only time they start
But
shopping
like my
around.
township, we don't have that option. They
Yeah.
voted into the bylaws. Everybody has to use the same trash hauler.
The township or the community? Like
The borough.
the borough, really?
The borough voted in.
So the borough voted in that you have to pay to use it. Wow,
So
the borough's not paying for it.
No. So they negotiate the rate,
Yeah.
and that rate is valid for 2 years, and then they renegotiate it every 2 years.
Wow. And you have to pay it.
You have to pay it directly to the trash hauler.
Wow.
And the reason
there's something wrong with that.
The reason they did it.
I like it personally, but
don't get me wrong. Like my bill went up every month like $4, right? Like
Yeah.
not a big whoop-de-doo whether I paid 69 or 73, right? The reasoning they gave for it was actually pretty good. Is I would sit on any given week outside on my patio and I would watch 7 different hauling companies
I know exactly
drive down our street. And I'm like, there's 7 or 8 trash trucks that drive through our neighborhood. Everybody like
and they cause backups, they spill trash out. Yeah.
And the wear and tear on the roads.
Yeah.
And so when they redid our roads, right? They took like 3 years where they redid all the roads in our borough. When they were done that last one, there was only a single trash hauler in our borough.
Yeah.
And it like apparently the wear and tear on our roads is drastically less because that accounted for the vast majority of heavy traffic.
Dude, those trucks are no joke.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But anyway, so yes, if you have that,
yeah, that's a big investment and a big gamble.
It is.
Coin laundry service. Now, I've heard these are actually pretty lucrative.
If you can get them up and running.
Yeah.
So
don't start a new one, buy an existing one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's already operating, profitable.
Yeah.
I would do it that way.
Machines will drain you if you're trying to buy new machines.
Yeah.
And that was not a pun. That was a bad pun, but not a pun.
car washes, for example, a car wash becomes successful when, 35% of their monthly revenue is from subscriptions?
Yeah.
So like that's a subscription business.
Oh, yeah.
Coin laundry, if you're in the right area and you maintain your equipment, can be
huge. Can be.
Storage.
Okay, so let me talk about storage.
Oh, you want to see something insane? Google how many square feet of storage space today versus 2000.
Oh, I know the answer. I don't know the answer, but I know it's enormous. All right, let's see. Storage space today, there is over 2 billion square feet, 291 million square feet in the last 5 years alone. Let's see what it was. What was it in 2000? 2000, there was
291 million square feet.
Yep.
We now have 2 billion.
That's crazy.
In
10 times.
In 25 years.
Yeah. Still. Yeah. So I read something about this a while ago. So number one, setting up a storage facility is a piece of cake from what I understand.
Yeah.
It's all it is cinder block and the doors, cinder block and steel doors, right? Then the other side of it is
fire systems.
Yeah,
like
sure.
basics,
But the other side of it is if and when it no longer becomes valuable in that location. From what I understand, I could be wrong here, and if someone on TikTok hears this, whatever, correct me, please. But from what I read, the way they build them, they can take them down easy and reuse all of the materials, all the cinder block and everything gets reused and move it somewhere else. That's why they pop up overnight and they'll be there for 5 or 10 years and then they tear it down and just move it somewhere else.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, because it's the easiest thing to set up.
It's funny because a client of mine, I wouldn't call them necessarily a marketing client because all we do for them is flyers. They build storage units as close to um, elder or like care facilities. They buy land as close to the care facility as they can get.
Yeah.
They put up the storage unit, and their only marketing is to those nursing homes.
Yeah.
And they normally fill them up in a matter of months.
I'm sure they do.
Like, it's crazy, right? Because they just advertise 10% discount
Yeah.
for, you know.
You know what kills me about
I was
storage
like,
units? With the exception of like maybe a car, but even then, right? The stuff you're going to have in that unit, you're going to pay more for the unit over the course of a year than that stuff is worth.
probably. Yeah.
With the exception of like maybe priceless family heirlooms, which I wouldn't put in a
With
storage unit
unit,
anyway, right?
But like I know guys, so I don't know about elsewhere in the country, but here, for example, if you have a classic car,
Yep.
it has to be stored indoors,
Mhm.
right? Not everybody has the opportunity to store things
Right.
outdoors. So
That's what I said. Car might be a different
correct.
story. Yeah.
Same thing, heirloom furniture, right? Like, you may have gotten something from your grandparents that doesn't fit in your apartment, but you don't want to get rid of it. I get it. You're holding on to it till you can afford a bigger house and then use it. But like, there's so much stuff that you're better off just throwing out.
Oh yeah.
It's why I used to love watching Storage Wars. Is because you got to see how much junk people actually accumulate.
Oh yeah.
And like, they would buy these units, and
Oh.
you're like, wait, you paid $200 for empty cardboard boxes and and like this stuff,
Yeah.
right?
But every once in a while they find something kind of cool in there.
Correct.
So yeah, so storage, yes, but there is a whole strategy behind
Oh, yeah.
storage. It's not just a matter of setting up a storage
And you
space or
can go
buying
talk.
one.
You can go talk to those guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
they'll talk to you.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of them are developers.
Oh, you mean like construction?
Yeah.
Okay. It's software.
Yeah,
Like, well, what?
they'll own a construction company, and that's going to be something they have as well.
Gotcha.
So,
All right. Now open to anything really.
pest control.
What would you do? Oh, would you do pest control?
Have you thought about pest control?
That's an interesting idea. We should
control-
explore that.
Pest control would be a great idea, right? And just look into the
Gummy.
licensing required where you are, because
Yeah, absolutely. The licensing is a big deal.
it is the exact same marketing and sales process as selling landscaping, and you've already done that. You're just replacing it with a higher margin item.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And boots on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Like, you literally want to have the first people you want to hire are people to go door knocking and sell pest control services.
And what I still cannot believe works today are hanging the flyers.
Oh yeah.
Hanging the flyers on the doorknobs.
Door
they work for those types of businesses unlike anything you would believe. I couldn't believe
control, it. Door-to-door.
The numbers are unbelievable with that.
Door-to-door salespeople.
Yeah.
Pay them a great commission, and if nobody answers, they have to leave a door hanger.
Yeah.
I will guarantee you will be fully booked with more work than you can handle within. There's actually a company out there that's all they do. They go out and sell all the initial services, and then and provide the initial service.
Yeah.
And then they sell off the local contracts.
Oh, is that right?
It's brilliant.
If you are going to do this, though, do me a favor, please be legit.
Mhm.
There are so many bad ones out there. So many bad companies out there.
This guy seems
be legit.
Seems
legit. No. Namobi and I are good friends. Yeah, he knows. He's good dude.
Yeah.
So no, please be legit. But no, good luck to you. I'm kind of curious what people say here. Let's see. Research before jumping into anything. Network. Consider a hybrid approach. Lawn care could work. Well, lawn care could work. I'm not seeing any pest control.
It's because people don't think of it.
People don't think of it. Who would think about that, right? Who would think pest control?
Do you know why?
Why?
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
I have a client that used to be a landscaper that's now in pest control.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, it was the easiest transition from one business to another that I've ever done.
Sounds like
And he's like, my margins have quadrupled.
Wow.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And he used a lot of his landscaping knowledge and that business. He converted a lot of his landscaping clients to pest control.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was like, easiest sell ever.
All right, let's move on. This is from Raise with 3 Z's and an underscore. Roast this business idea. Agency service that gives you instant authority and credibility online. Curious. Very simple, nothing complicated. Google usually has these profiles for individuals who are well known, such as authors, speakers, influencers, or entrepreneurs, etc. It
Mhm.
gives a degree of authority and credibility since since not many people have one. Could also help with sales in business or pitching ideas. For example, imagine whenever you meet someone and you say, "Hey, just Google my name," and you'll see they're more likely to trust you as they can see you have a physical reputation. It's kind of like having the verified tick on Twitter, Instagram before you could pay for it. Anyway, the idea is to provide it as a service. Run some Facebook, LinkedIn ads, charge $300 to $400 per profile setup, and then down the line probably grow into a digital PR agency. What do you guys think? Does this have legs? What do you think?
So the people that are looking for these types of profiles specifically, you're talking like speakers, authors, artists, musicians. Um, no lawyer will ever say, just go
No,
Google me.
no.
No marketing company will ever say, just go Google me.
Right, right.
No landscaper is going to say, just go
Your
Google me, right?
personalities will. Yeah,
Correct.
personalities.
So this is a very targeted business for a niche industry to do this, um, to do these types of profiles.
Yeah, well, this is interesting. Planet Excellence says it has legs until people realize that authority can be bought. Then it has no value anymore.
Authority can always be bought.
Authority can always be bought. Yeah, it's true. That's a very good point.
How do you think the person won the Grammys this year?
I don't know. How did that? Was it their excellent music?
Probably, and their excellent husband
Yeah.
that
They
might
had
have
excellent connections.
that might have paid excellent money for that
Yeah.
music to be played. Like
Right.
no knock on her music. Like
No.
she's an artist, all fine and dandy, right?
Yeah.
But that has often been the case in the music industry, is that it's just who can afford the most.
Right.
I always remember the story with Prince, where Prince wanted to send every single home in London a free CD,
Yeah.
right? Because there was no money in the CDs
Right.
anymore,
Right.
right? Like just like there's very little money for independent artists and streaming music or any of that stuff.
Yep.
All the money is in the merchandise and the concerts,
Mhm.
right? That's
Which is funny because it didn't used to be.
it. Well,
The concerts were always the musician's way
of
of saying
promoting.
go buy my album.
Right. Well, yeah, it's on the smaller local gig,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But I think there's going to be, personally, I think there's going to be a shift in, because a friend of mine he's a musical artist
Yeah.
in a band that is huge internationally,
Mhm.
like huge. And they are always arguing, why does the person with the most radio time get a portion of when our song is played?
Yeah.
Right? He's like, it makes no sense because I'll guarantee you that our listeners are not listening to them and vice
Right.
versa. And with all the technology that we have in the world today, you could track every single play, every single listen,
Yep.
and then divide the pot accordingly instead of based on how much airtime you get.
Right.
Right? Like it's insane that they're still tracking it that way. But of course, the people, the big
Oh,
names,
they love it.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they love
oh
it.
yeah, they proportionally get paid more
Yep.
than what their music is actually listened to, right? It's yeah.
Oh man. So all right, so back to this. Credibility. Online credibility. Is there even such a thing in all seriousness? Is there really such thing? Because okay, look, the person gives an example of Warren Buffett.
Yep.
Most people will know who Warren Buffett is.
Yep.
But if I say Joe Schmo
Mhm.
and I go and put up a fake profile for Joe Schmo and it
So-
looks like it's all legit, you're gonna think Joe Schmo's running for president. You know?
So with a lot of these profiles, that the way that they're pulled is they pull from specific sources,
Yeah.
right? So they pull from credible news sources. So you would have to have a story on CNN or Fox or
Right.
Reuters, whatever. It has to be from a legitimate source. Wikipedia profiles, highly watched YouTube videos.
Yep.
And I think that's mostly what shows in there, if I remember correctly,
Okay.
right? So all of this is doable, meaning you can create all of those things. The hard part is getting Reuters or CNN or any of those, which is where the PR piece comes in.
Right.
The videos are easy to do. The hard part is getting someone to watch them.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia page, you can set up, anybody can set them up as long as they get approved, right? So yeah. Do I think this has legs for a niche industry? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I kind of like the comment below. It kind of is like it'll have legs, is until people realize, oh, is this just another paid for, just another paid for source.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I heck, go for it. I like it. I like the idea. Why not? Yeah, sure. Have people pay you to add their credibility online. But the question becomes, how can you keep your credibility as a service? You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to start taking money from people that have no credibility, but you're giving them credibility.
Well, that's how it works.
I know,
I
but
take
then
money
your
from people.
credibility is gone.
I take money from people that need more money.
No, that's different though,
No,
because you're not vouching for those people.
But I get it.
Essentially,
So
you're vouching for these people.
this is no different than running ads, as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, it's no different than SEO. You're just,
I think it is.
I don't think it is. I think you know what pieces are required in order to get these profiles to show up. If you can do all the things, because it's not as simple as just setting them up, right?
Okay.
Like, you have to literally build the at least perception of credibility in order for these profiles to show up like the Warren Buffett one does, right? Because they only show up for people that have a long track record. And Google isn't dumb, right? I tell people all the time, if you play within their rules, yes, you can win at the Google game,
Yeah.
but don't ever think they're dumb, right? Don't ever assume that you could set up a profile that looks like Warren Buffett's by twisting a few knobs, right? Like, Google knows how many times Warren Buffett has been referenced, right? They know how often Metallica has been referenced.
Yeah.
So there are all these baseline things. If you can build all of those things in a good way, yes, I think this is no different than selling an SEO service. You're just the ultimate thing. Okay, Google business profiles. We talk about them all the time, right? Or frequently. Is it wrong that we know how to get a profile pushed further up in the results?
Right. I got you.
Right?
Yeah.
Is this any different than that?
No.
Because I am building, people assume that if a business shows up in the first or second, that it must be a good, popular business, right?
Of course. Yeah.
No, it's just the best optimized business.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes.
this is no
agree.
different.
I agree with that part. Yeah, I guess something that bothers me about it.
You can't just pay for this. You have to build it out properly in order for it to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have to do the PR work. You have to do the video.
There's no $300 for this.
No.
The $300 isn't going to get you anything.
Well, it depends on where they are.
I guess.
Right? But it's $300 or $400 a month for probably months.
Yeah.
To get this built up.
I would agree with that.
Just part of SEO.
Yeah,
exactly. Right?
Says, Educational Produce 4 says this is already a thing. It's just part of SEO, but sure, it can work.
Yeah.
This is technically SEO for people. Well, interesting. All right, so sounds like SEO for people.
That's exactly what it is.
All right. So raise, yeah, I mean, it's a thing. It could work.
Yeah,
we were talking about niches earlier. I guess it's a niche in the SEO world, I guess, right? You're talking about specifically about people.
It's just like people niche in on Google business profiles.
Yeah.
They niche in on all kinds of things, right? Like, you have people that niche in on just products, right? So they only do product SEO. They won't do other SEO. There are image SEO guys out there. There's video SEO guys out there that just, because video SEO is very different because you're primarily looking at a single platform or a couple of platforms that you want things to be found really well. So traditional SEO may not apply the same way. Right. And it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. We're going to leave that at there. Raise with 3 Z's. Cool idea. Kind of curious if it works out for you. Drop us a comment and let us know.
I'm going to go set up my Wikipedia profile.
I'm sure you are.
I want to test this.
I cannot wait to see Mr. Gummy get his own credentials and his own credibility.
I am going to test this. This is actually really cool.
All right. I think that's it for today.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, it's been, well, how long it's been? It's been about an hour and a half.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, it's been an hour 25 minutes.
Can't wait to go out in that 100-degree weather.
No? You want to get back out there?
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about, I'm going to go home and I might just go and stick my feet in the pool,
Yeah.
grab a whiskey,
Oh,
and
nice.
just sit there
Enjoy.
just on the steps of the pool, right? So you're like,
Oh yeah, I know.
covered to here.
I know the
I
feeling.
think that's what I might do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, today's the day to do it. So,
Yeah.
all right, people in TikTok world, thank you very much. Michael Clark, sorry we can give you more direction on the solo 401k. It's just not clear, I think.
I'm pretty sure he knew the answer.
Oh, he probably did.
Because it says CFP behind his profile.
Yeah. Oh, does it? Okay. That's funny. So, everybody else, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, Ben.
Yep.
All right, buddy.